Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on? It's Thursday. So just waiting for everybody to come through. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? All right, tonight's episode, super excited about. I'm not excited about every episode, but we have Elijah King coming through. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Miss you. Listen, my co-host is in here, so we're waiting for our guest, Elijah King, to come through. Billboard singer, songwriter is coming through to speak with us tonight, so we're super excited to have him. So we're gonna wait till everybody just basically come through. So if you don't have his music, definitely go download it, go stream it, do what you need to do. So let me see.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. We're just waiting for our guest to come through.
Yes.
I'm actually
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm so excited for tonight.
Yes. I'm trying to send
Oh, look who's in the building. Hello.
Hello. So
okay, guys. If you don't know tonight, what happened?
I'm just sending a request. You can go ahead.
Okay. And guys, in case you don't know, tonight we are interviewing the one and only Elijah King. Yes, it's because you made an appearance. Yes. So we're gonna chop it up, just talk about a little bit about his music, how he got into his start with music, what he's been doing, and what's to come. So definitely super excited about that.
I don't know why.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
His profile's not coming up.
Earth? What?
That's so funny. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Nope, it's not even coming up. Let me do it from the iPad. So bear with us.
Yeah, a little technical difficulties.
I'll keep the music going in the background here.
They hope us to send him a request so we can interview him in the meantime. Now you know us. Now you rock with us.
Yes.
JK.
All right, so let me see.
Oh, he's in. He's here.
Oh, yes, he's here. All right, beautiful. While the song just stopped. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll send out a request for him to be able to join in on this wonderful discussion.
Hello.
What
Hi,
up?
how are you?
What's good?
How are you
Oh my
doing?
goodness.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Cool. Because I'm like, the way I got the phone set up, you know what I'm saying, is kind of... And the last time it was like, what?
No, we can definitely hear you.
Yeah,
so
we hear you perfectly.
Thank you so much for being here with us. We appreciate it.
No doubt. Thanks for having me.
All right, so as everybody is tuning in, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, guys, you already know what this is. We have another episode of wonderful I mean, I can't even say I'll get all the words together, but Indie Talks episode here. We're here with no other than, I mean, just the most talented, I mean, triple threat. I mean, you're a singer, you're an artist, you're a songwriter, you are a Billboard charting
Yes.
artist, singer, songwriter. So first and foremost, welcome to Indie Talks.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
So
we just started. We already getting all the love. Like all the fans are fans.
I know everybody just pointed, definitely showing in. So first of all, talk about, because I know we love, speaking with artists and really and really getting your story and understanding you as a person in this industry. So talk about you just really starting, because I know you started in music so young. So give us like a brief like cap of you really engaging into music.
Man, that's like you went there. So I got to think about this, but because I can't just like do it. Honestly, I mean, like music. Even if you don't know you have it, I had this conversation the other day. It's like even if you don't know it's there, it's always there, and it leaves tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then when you get a little older and you mature, and then you kind of reminisce, the process and whatever. It's like, oh damn! Like I started producing when I was depressed and I was a kid in my parents' garage.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't even know. I had no idea what I was even doing. This is way before the thought of being a signed artist or even attempting to like go this path in my life. So it's like it always followed me, singing in church. You know what I mean? Like one day I saw a drummer play in one of those like guitar centers or something like that, and I was like, man, I want to do that. And I think I was only like 7, 8 years old, and so then I became a musician, and it was just like things kind of just
took off from there, right?
Yeah, they just happen. It's like a natural progression of life. It's like, long story short, it's like no matter what is going on, if that's the destiny and that's the purpose God gave you, it's like you can't run for it. You can mess it up, but you can't run from it. And that's just that's what it is, really.
It's always going to lead you right back. It's going to circle you right back to what it is that you're
Always.
destined to do.
I've done things, I've dabbled in other things, and it's just like I could go so long fulfilling that void. It usually is creatively, almost always is creatively, but you can only do so much before it's like, oh man, I gotta get back in the studio, bro. Like there's so many ideas in my head. Or like, you get on your hater stuff and then you hear a song and it's like, bruh, I could have done this. I should have done that. And then it's like you back in the studio and then it's like, the thing starts to bubble and then you're in there and you're in there, and then life happens again and then it's like, oh man, I need a break. I don't even want to be in that room. And a week later, it's like, oh man, I need to be in that room.
Right. So, need to come right back.
Yeah, it's just, it's a natural thing. I don't think I could ever see myself on this earth without something of this nature. Like even if I'm in my deathbed, I think I'll still, at least if I can't talk, I'm gonna still whistle. I'm gonna do something.
And at what point did you know, like, okay, I'm gonna start taking this serious?
All right, that's another good question. So it's crazy how this whole thing transpired. I was in college and I was really screwing up, and I was always popular, but I never really had friends. Like it was like everybody knew who I was, but you have those moments where it's like, but where's my crew? Like where am I at? Where's that like movie scenario where all the dudes in the college team and everybody got that click and we're friends forever, whatever. Like I never had that, and it's crazy because even from that time in my life, it was like I've heard it, not to sound too churchy, but I always heard that like when God sets you apart for something, you can't fit in. No matter how hard you try, no matter what happens, it's like no matter what, it never But thankfully, I can say I got a couple best friends, and they got nothing to do with music, so that just kind of happened. But I talk a lot, and I got off track. What the heck did you say to me?
I was asking.
I'm back. I'm too back. So, my point was I got kicked out of school.
Yeah.
And because I was popular, whatever, blah, blah, I had a lot of favor with the dean and stuff. So before they kicked me out, they gave me a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, look, we don't really do this, but it's you and we love you. We're going to give you another shot. I won a scholarship, and that's a whole other story. But then they took it away, and then I completely lost all hope in that system. So I got the boot, went to another school, and I don't even remember this, but this is a story I've been told many, many times. Apparently, I met this kid that was a rapper,
Mm-hmm.
and at this time I'm studying to produce now. Like, I gave up the whole like big college thing. Now I'm in an institute. So at some point, I guess I got braggadocious and was like, bro, I can sing, boy, I can sing. And I don't remember this, so we must have been drinking. And one,
I mean, it worked.
oh, I had to have been drinking if I didn't remember this. I guess, because I truly don't remember. But anyways, he calls me 2-3 in the morning, and this call woke me up. I'm like, yo, what's up? Hey, yo, my cousin's here from New York, whatever. He's this rapper, and Jay-Z's looking at him, and blah blah blah. Yo, we need a hook. The singer sold out at the last minute. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got this. I can do this. So I go, and another long story short, I get in the booth. The song was ready. It was written. I, bombed tragically. It was terrible. It was devastating.
Oh,
It was so horrible. It was my first time in a real booth, first of all. I had started messing around with a friend I met in that campus, but I had never really done this, so I bombed. And I remember, I'll never forget, the booth was one of those that they get for a B room or something, and it's all clear. But if you snuck back enough into the corner, you were right in the shadow where nobody could see you. Bruh, I went straight to that corner and was like, oh God, please, I can't go out like this. You gotta help me. And I said a little prayer, and I could hear the dudes talking. I talk back like, yo, who's this nigga you just brought here, bro?
Oh, man.
And I was like, dude, this is crazy. So I was like, yo, hold up. Let me, you know what I mean? I got this. I'm
gonna redeem myself.
Right.
And I swear to you, and I will never forget this moment because it's stuck with me ever since. I did it again. And when I was done, everybody in the room froze. By the way, these are some thug dudes, by the way. It was intimidating being in this room as it was, because everybody was they looked like fresh out of prison. I'm talking everyone with do-rags. It was scary. And, I just didn't even fit in. So then it was just kind of adding that to it. And the first thing, the scariest, biggest dude in the room said was, bro, you sing like an angel. And I never forgot that. And I swear, it's not a bragging thing, but I swear that it was because I was like, God, you got to do this for me, because I'm I can't. And who knows, maybe it did sound like an angel. I've never heard that song ever since.
What artist was this for?
Oh my God, Lord forgive me. What was his name? Hold on, give me a second, cause I'm gonna feel terrible if I don't. Well, the guy that referred me his name was Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
And his cousin, come on, man. I was actually really cool with this dude, too. He was my first hype man. After I got signed and all that, he became hype man. And, damn. Bro, I remember. Jesus, I haven't said the story in a long time. But, damn, I'm going to remember. Just go to the next.
Right, it's going to come back to me.
Okay, it's okay.
It's definitely going to come back to me.
Oh, my.
So I want to talk about definitely, with your music and what you have going on. So first of all, you have definitely put your hand in.
His name was Trips. My
Good.
bad. I told
Oh,
you.
yeah, you got
That's okay. I knew that was gonna happen.
I knew it was gonna happen. Like, yeah, like it's
God, I
definitely.
would have hated myself if I did. His name was Trips, and he's actually very talented. But one of the things that used to be like the thing that made it complicated for him, I don't even know where he's at. For all I know, it went well for him. But at that time, the thing was that they were comparing him a lot to Jay-Z. Like vocally, the tonality, all that. He sounded a lot like Jay-Z. And it's like, bro, there's already a Jay-Z. But he did have an essence, though. He had something special. So, I really hope that, he got the...
Gotta look him up.
We definitely gotta research. We gotta do some research.
Okay?
Yeah.
Dude, I do too.
So basically, with the focus of your music, so I know obviously as a producer, you put your hand in a variety of sounds. So R&B, we definitely have a lot of Latin infusion, Afrobeat infusion of music. Is there any, I guess, genre that you prefer to basically kind of dibble in a lot more?
I mean, the way it really just goes, I can't speak for everybody, but the way it's been for me is like every season you go through something, you live something, and you catch a certain wave. And a lot of times maybe you're even ahead of the wave. So sometimes it doesn't even make sense. And then when it all makes sense later, it's like, you see, bro, now you're too late. But like I never really have chosen it just chooses me. And then it's like, all right, well, for X amount of time I've been on this whole island Caribbean thing, and then for X amount of time, like maybe I'll do like blues, because I even went through a phase where I was doing like blues. I mean, I started in pop, and I did pop for like a really long time, the electronic stuff, all that. And you remember what years was that when it was like everything on the radio was electronic?
Maybe like 2000.
Yeah, because I know there was like doing like a whole David Guetta. I know like all of them was like
like
2012-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2013-ish, yeah.
So I think that was like, because I know like Nicki Minaj got into it like with a lot of a lot of the R&B artists started getting with like the DJs and doing the whole electronic and kind of like house sound and things of that nature. So
you had no choice at that point. You had no choice, because it was like, oh, you want to be on radio? Well, hey,
this is what you gotta put out.
Exactly, right.
So, I mean, I went through a real strong phase of that, and I was writing some pretty good pop hooks. And then it was like, then I went back to electronic, and then the Spanish influence thing became really, really big for a while. And I don't know, I had like phases. I produced an album that was majority salsa, and I had never even done that in my life. So, I was able to work with the late Montenegro. He's a famous composer from Mexico, and he passed away last year from COVID, unfortunately. And if you mention his name to anyone around my dad's or older, they all know who he is. Like, it's crazy. And so it was a privilege to be able to work, especially with Mexican composers and artists and all that, but yet I did my whole own thing over here and brought the whole flavor from the island. So that was really, but I mean, I've been on this trap thing really hard for like a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just where I'm at. And then I go in and out of really, really, really R&B. And then it's back to the trap. And then I'm kind of just like, I've been floating there for a while now. But I mean, I don't know. It's just a mood. It's a vibe I've been on. And honestly, I've always done R&B. I've always been R&B. It was the first label I was signed to. It was like, bro, yeah, that's cool, but you're never going to sell a record if you stick just to R&B. So it was like, all right, then we're doing pop, I guess. And then I brought that influence. But it's always been there. I mean, if you're raised in church, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. It's there. The people that were around you doing runs, and all the amazing vocal talent that was around me all the time. When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music. So a lot of the stuff I listened to was gospel.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite for a long time was Fred Hammond. And every now and then I still throw that on, So it's like, it's just wild how much all those things influence what I do now. But even then, even though it's a whole other scene, trap, R&B, hip hop, that whole mix of genres, it's really all fundamentally the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's a vibe.
Yeah,
And
that can go into a whole deep conversation. That can definitely go into a whole conversation. I definitely agree with you 100%. You know, look at, you know, there's a lot of controversy in regards to Beyonce, her Renaissance album, in regards to one particular song, and how, you know, we talk about gospel influence and how it's really mixed, you know, with the secular sound and things of that nature. Right. So like, I agree with you. I feel like there's a whole bunch of like influence when it definitely comes to, you know, gospel music and the mix, and when it comes to, you know, really producing and coming into a secular sound.
Yeah, I mean, pop, this ain't right now. This has been happening for already. We're major artists. I mean, let's be real, you know, my love to every race, but it's the white people would throw in these huge gospel choirs and like hooky things, and it's like, but then again, who were the writers? Who was the producer? So you can't be mad at that either. And hey, I'm not hating. If a song is dope, it's dope. But that's been happening for a while. But like, I mean, Kanye West, I'm just, I'm saying.
How did I feel like that was gonna come up?
Kanye West. I mean, anybody could go the whole Christian, I mean, Bieber did it. All these people have been doing it. I mean, R. Kelly did it. Come on, man.
He was, yes.
And he was like early for a lot of these things. So it was like.
Dark Child, even as a producer, Dark Child, and a lot of the artists, gospel artists that he have worked with, secular artists he done work with. I mean, we can go on for days to name
the part of it though, because he was always kind of like in and out of both sides.
Yeah.
And then I feel like he did, like, I don't know, even when I was younger, my introduction to Dark Child, at least that I knew of, was, I don't remember, but I feel like it was BB and CC Winans or something like that. Or not. Wait.
It's a possibility. Because I know he have definitely done.
He had to work with them. He had to. Do you remember this group? Now I'm really fishing. I think it was the Winans.
Yeah, that's all the Winans.
But it was all guys.
Yeah,
and they had like all R&B, but it had like this gospel, but then it this urban like hip hop
feel to it. Yeah.
Bro, I
like Kirk Franklin too.
Just like Commission. Fred Hammond. What was it? What's Fred Hammond's group? Commission.
Dang, now that's like way back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very familiar because, I mean, bro, I'm a huge Fred fan, but Dark Child's a beast, man. Don't sleep on that man. He's a beast. I think it was this morning I saw, or yesterday, he was posting a video or a reel about all the plaques that came in on the same day. And I'm just like, this dude is still so freaking relevant. Like,
yeah, a lot of people don't realize it.
Dude, it's crazy. Those checks.
Yes, of course.
Good God.
So it's safe to say that you're a very adaptable artist when it comes to dipping and dabbling in different genres of music. I want to, because you mentioned earlier about being signed, I want to talk about your experience as an artist being signed to a particular label and like the things that you've gone through or going through.
Well, I've got I guess the best and worst of both worlds, because I was signed as an artist, but I then was signed as a writer producer. So, I mean, I guess the hustle is still the same, but it's not the same. But the machine and everything and the politics is basically identical. So it's like, I guess if you're the artist, at least, even if you don't agree or like all the decisions, at least if they moving and they making it happen for you and they got the means to do it, at least you're doing something. You're active, you're out there, you're outside, like people know who you are, the name, pops up. You know what I mean? And if they really utilize their tools the right way, a lot of dots connect in the back, and like, you know, it's magical. I got to taste that. Even though I was signed independent, I got to taste a lot of that because of the relationships the independent made, and a lot of bread they spent.
Ooh.
A lot of bread. But I definitely, like, I had no liberty. I hated it.
Really? So you have no control of like what you wanted to do as an artist.
Really wanted to.
When it first came out, I fought everything. Like, it was, yeah, it was the most stressful thing, especially when you're used to creating and just like expressing yourself in however way. And if people around you believe in you and they understand what's going on, they help mold whatever that is that sometimes might be chaotic into something beautiful. And like, I lost all that. Like, my word meant nothing for a long time. And that was rough. That was really rough, because I even remember one of my first sessions as a signed artist on a song, and I swear to you, this is a true story. On a song, I wanted to say skirt. And it was like, nah, son, nah, that ain't it.
And that's crazy, because you hear skirt in like so many records.
So many records.
It like, I remembered that a couple years ago, and I was like, yo, like, what the F, man? Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And it's like, somebody either cared or had nobody controlling what they were doing when they thought of that and put it out there, and now everybody's copying the same.
Everybody's on it.
But that's like the big people, they're not like tapped in with the culture. Like, they don't understand. Like, you have, in order, if you're gonna be making these certain like decisions when it comes to like a label or approving certain music, you need to be tapped into that culture, you know?
Yeah, totally. And you know, you also, like, if you're fresh meat, there's a lot of like, just, you're the robot and do what
you just gotta listen, go with the flow.
Yeah, and I'm stubborn. I'm naturally stubborn. So like, especially in that time, I'm sure it was hard to deal with me too. But, you know, I did it. And it was hard. I mean, like, it meant something if some of these moments made me go home at the end of the night and cry my eyes out, like, bro, what the fuck, out of frustration. So it's like, it's a give and take. And I feel like if you're somebody new, my advice is, go through the process, bro. It's gonna suck for a while, but you gotta learn. How you gonna learn? We don't know everything. That's impossible. And if you really want to be wise, just be a magnet and listen. Just listen to everything that's happening around you, because something I was told once, and I don't know where this came from or if it's a famous saying or what, but everybody has a genius inside. It's up to you to catch what that genius is and take it for yourself. Ooh. And so
I need to quote that. I like that.
Yeah, man. For a while, I ran with that, and I was just like, everywhere I went, everything I did, I was like, okay, this is, but whoa, but that right there, that's mine now. So, I mean, it was a journey, yo, but it created the monster I could say I am now.
Mm-hmm. Would there be anything that you would change from what you learned in the process that you had went through?
Nah. I mean, there was some really rough times. Like, there were moments I was like, dude, like, where am I sleeping tomorrow? I don't even know. Like, and through it all, if it weren't, and I'll give you an example. I didn't know how to use Pro Tools, which is like one of the most popular software in the industry.
Right.
I didn't know how to do that. I really didn't know how to produce like that or put my hands on things, record myself the right way, professionally, not in a garage or in a closet on GarageBand or something, you know what I mean? Like, and I was out. I had to leave where I was, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was frustrated, and a producer randomly hit me up, and it might have even been as far back as Facebook. I mean, as MySpace.
Oh wow.
No, I think I'm throwing it a little too far back. No, it was Instagram. It was Instagram, but it was like new Instagram, like the beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
Before like videos and lives and stories.
This was
the beginning stage when it was just about posting pictures.
Yeah, it was literally, you know, them ugly filters where it's all blowing black on it.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Have you seen any of those of yourself? Because, girl, I saw some of me recently. I was like, damn.
I have to go back and like, okay,
I think those are archives.
Yes. delete.
Yo, it was wild. Those filters were terrible, but it was those times. And this guy wrote me, and he was like, hey, I believe in your talent, blah, blah, blah. I'm this producer from Miami, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, we met up. We got together. I went to a spot. And the vibe was so strong that these sessions were going for hours, like no sleep, the whole nocturnal thing around the clock. And on one of those, because he used to drive an hour to pick me up to take me to his studio.
Wow.
And on one of those, he's like, hey, you should stay the night. And this is around the time the whole getting booted out of where I was staying. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm with it. Yo, I ended up staying there like 2 months just working. And he would leave in the morning because he also had another job. And one day I was like, yo, but you're not going to be here. How am I going to do this by myself? He's like, look, this is how you hit record. This is how you do this. Figure the rest out. And that's how I learned how to do everything I do. And I'm like, I've been told I'm really fast on it. In Pro Tools, like I engineer sessions, I'm really meticulous. So learning all that was perfect because I can't stand anybody else recording me because I just feel like I'm moving so fast that if anybody slows me down or creates any hiccup, it's gonna throw it all off, which might be a bad thing too. But that's one of my like tics.
But so it's like you have to do all your, like you can only do your stuff. Like you can't allow anybody else.
I can't stand when people record me. I cannot stand it. And then it's like just too many opinions and then it takes too long. And it's like, nah, if I'm recording myself as, and then I'm just like flying. And then it just happens. And if somebody else is there, oh man, it throws me.
So you're zoned in. You know the vision. You hear what it is the sound that you wanted it to come across. So you're honing in, and you know how to implement it and bring it across to the consumer's ears. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about, first of all, there's a few things. So we want to get into the single. So you know you dropped a single back in July. But before we get into that, I want to talk about, you know, when you're creating, right? And I know you obviously you said that, you know, you really just trying to produce yourself. Is there anything that you would say that is like for you not to kind of fall into particular trends when you're creating? Is there something that you basically kind of find inspiration off of and when in your creating process?
I put it like this. If I let like all the music, everything aside, I'm vibing, right? I'm watching something on TV, maybe a podcast. It's okay, The Breakfast Club, right? And a commercial comes out or like a promo of Megan Thee Stallion doing a freestyle or something random. If that shit grabs my freaking attention and I'm like, yo, and I get hyped, I immediately want to work. Like I can't. It's just like, oh man, I need to recreate that, but in my own way, because that energy is so hot. I know I could flip that and make it my own, and it's still, you know, it's the energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna go copy the drums and all the sounds, and like I don't do that. But the energy it provides, like if it gives me that, I'll go. Or something happens. Like let's be frank. A girl starts messing with your emotions or something, or you like catch feelings. Yo, I be making the best R&B when
I'm inspired immediately.
Immediately.
That's like with heartbreak. Like as soon as I get heartbroken, okay, I'm gonna write the song.
The best music, like I hate to admit it, the best music is when you going through it, and everybody connects. It's just like so relatable. But I don't know, you know, like there's writers that just got a gift, a pen, and like a gift from above, and they could just tap into that even if they not living that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit, I I I mean, I can always get it done. When the pressure's on, I can get it, but it's still never the same as when it hurts.
Yeah.
And
Not as authentic as
nah,
actually feeling the pain.
and like I hate it, but I haven't felt that in so long, which is great. Nobody wants to go through that, but I remember having a moment and being like, and this is why there's power in your words. I was like, I said it out loud by myself. I was like, yo, this shit just ain't it. I need to feel some pain. And like not long after, somebody had me feeling away, and within days there was new R&B. And I was like, yo, there's that thing again, boy.
Oh,
So be careful what you wish for, but at the same
this is
token,
true.
I made some really dope stuff those couple of weeks. So I don't know, man.
That's hilarious. That is so funny.
So you right? You're a writer?
Who?
You.
Me? No. Mm-mm. No.
Oh, okay. You said
No,
something like, oh,
all
okay,
right.
you're a writer too.
No.
So
Um,
let's talk about. Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry, Danielle. Go ahead.
No.
I forgot your question.
So I want to get into your latest single,
Yes.
Where You Move. So I want to talk about like as far as like the process of creating a song, because it's a vibe. It's a real cute vibe. So I just want to talk about like the process of that.
Island feel. I love it.
That
The
little
beat.
car right there, that little house. You just like low key try me.
No, what do you mean? It was a
I'm
cute.
just joking. I'm just joking.
No, it was a cute vibe. I really enjoyed listening to it.
It's good. It's definitely. I love the island feel. I definitely love the. You have like a lot of infusion into this song. So I think that the writing for me. I'm lyrical. So everybody that knows me, I pay attention to the lyrics, and I think that you're amazing talent when it comes to your writing. So talk about the process in regards to developing, and really infusing this single. It's got the Latin and island feels to it.
So this specific song is actually a little bit older. This isn't new material. This is like, and I hate to say it like this because it means something to me and it does have worth for me and for whoever appreciates it. But it was kind of like a giveaway. It was a giveaway for fans. You know what I mean? Like, it's a song that actually, I guess I could say it went viral, but it was on no streaming platforms. It had no presence online other than SoundCloud, YouTube. And it was just MP3s. And like, I think it's like at 1 million plus on SoundCloud. And it's the only thing I've ever put on SoundCloud, which is crazy. And I daily still get comments, which is insane to, because I get the alerts on my email and I'm just like, yo, people still on this. So it was like, I did this video and I paid out of my pocket. One of the first times I had ever paid for a video with my own bread. So it was like, oh, I'm going to wait for this until the situation's right. And I got a new little situation going on now, but it's like the desperate artist in me is like, bro, I don't want to wait. I don't want to freaking wait. I want to put stuff out. And
so what's stopping you from putting stuff out?
Because I got kind of like a little situation, and if it's God's will, it's going to happen, and then we're going to do it on a major scale. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm making excuses. I'm going to admit I'm making excuses because it's like other people do it, and anything could happen, right? But
step out. You got to step out on confidence, of course, because obviously you have it. You have the ability. You have it. You really do.
But I just made so many excuses, I guess, and put it all on this entity, whatever, which honestly, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But the point is, what about that almost year of me not, I've done features, I've done other things, I've produced other records, but where's Elijah King? You know what I mean? And so, people have been dope enough to include me and like bring me in on things and whatever, and Thank you, Lord, for letting me stay in the mix.
Yeah, because
But
you have a lot of great features
Yeah.
in
there's
which you
things
have taken
that
part
I
of.
get that like just happen, and I'll be like, wait, what? Like I can't even remember some of the stuff I've done because it's just so many things. Like I was in Mexico for 2 years, 2.5. It was like the beginning of pandemic, basically. And yo, I did so much stuff over there. And like just the other day, I got an alert from Spotify. I was like, wait, what? What is this? And it's a song I did like at the very beginning of my whole moving to Mexico. So it's just like it's these things just happen randomly. But I gotta do me. And I guess a part of me, if I'm humble about it and I'm honest, nobody wants that rejection. You know what I mean? Like you used to doing things with the machine behind you. You know you're gonna get the numbers. You know you're gonna get the traffic. I don't have to hope and pray that organically somebody cares enough to like, hit a like or give me a view. Like times have changed too with this algorithm thing. I had a song go viral. It was the first song that ever went viral, and I had millions of views. Like the thing got knocked down, and then got another few millions of views, and that got me on tour in Europe for 9 months or 10 months.
Mm.
And this was when right before they started charging for Facebook and controlling everything. So it's like and then you got that in the back of your mind, and then blah blah, and then you keep making these excuses, but it's like. That's why this one I was like, it's for the fans, bro. Whoever wants to see something attached to their favorite song was there. And it's like I had no expectations of like, oh, I gotta hit 1 million views, blah blah blah. And eventually it will, and maybe it even takes 2 years to get there. But it's just it was because it's there, and I just wanted to give it. I want to give it, and there's like so much I want to give, and I'll put more energy into those. But this one was just like, bro, you say don't do it, but I'm like, man, whatever. Like, today I'm gonna do what I want to do. Guess what? It's out, and that's what happened.
That's good. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's definitely, doing it for the fans, because I know a lot of people get so concerned about, the whole social media, the views, the likes, the things of that nature. I mean, obviously you have something that's very, that stands out for you, because look at back in 2014, you won the Sony, super song. And you actually had that song was actually written for Ricky Martin, and to be able to go on the Fire World Cup, and for them that to be a platform for you to as well. Like, come on, like super incredible.
And that situation was crazy because I did that song. I think I recorded that in less than 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
I had a guitar player with me, and that's one thing I will say. A lot of my catalog, that's some of my favorite work, that's happy. There's a guitar player in the room. And I'd just be like, nah. In the minute there's this note that just makes my chest get tight and tingle, I swear to you, it happens every time. When I feel that, I'm like, oh man. Boof. And then you're off to the races. So he had cut that. I jumped on a mic and freestyled the majority of that song, and it was like done in less than 5 minutes, which was crazy.
Which ended up leading you to win. That's amazing.
But it was like, it was meant to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's not every day, those things sometimes don't even happen again, but it was just the vibe. It's like there's a spirit in the room, believe it or not, and you feel it. Because I've made music where I've literally cried writing and recording it, where it's just like you, and then sometimes you play it back, and it just catches you, and you be like, damn, this shit is fucking good, bro. God. And then you be like feeling the Holy Spirit in there. Like, what is going on in here? Jesus. But, that's my experiences. But I know people be feeling these things, yo. There's spirits in songs, good or bad.
No, that's true. That is so true.
Very true.
The energy is real. However you want to paint it, it's real. And that's what sells. That's what also sells out. That's
Right.
a whole lot of other things out there, you know, and it's just up to you which vibe you want to be on. But I let it flow. This whole thing is so, like, I love this so much. I love it.
Yes. So, oh, Danielle, go ahead. Sorry,
No,
I'm over.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so okay, speaking of, music and singles, so when can we expect your next full length album or EP? What you got coming out for us?
The
Because I know you
people
said
waiting.
you're trying to bring
So,
Elijah King forward. So when can we expect
so
Elijah
I
King?
can't give a physical date quite yet, but I am, like, for real, I'm not hyping this up. I am really working on something, and it's a couple of somethings. And the craziest thing is, all these years, and I've never released an album.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's just like you're on everyone else's agenda, and it's like singles and this. And then, the whole single thing with radio and all that was hot. It was like, bro, don't even worry about the album. You just need the 3 singles, get hot, blow it up, boom, and then we'll work on the album. And it was just like, then the streaming became so,
Yeah.
like, dominant after all that phase. And then it was like, man, this is a whole new world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But what
so
about the anticipating fans? I mean, you have so much fans that really love your artistry and your creativity.
no,
What about,
I'm doing something. I swear to you that I am.
okay.
And basically the project is done.
Okay.
But
Is it
now
going to be released before the end of the year?
the label ain't gonna have that. They not gonna let me do that. But I will release something.
Okay.
Because I'm
Okay.
so quiet. I'm not gonna do all that. But yeah, the label ain't gonna let me drop the whole album that fast. Unless, never say never.
Of course, you got to go through the process. You got to go through the listening. You got
Listen,
to
the
hear.
power of the tongue.
Yeah.
You got to go through the whole process. So first of all, Elijah, I want to say thank you so much for just really tuning in with us, having this conversation. This was really fun. I enjoyed it. You
Love your
definitely kept
energy.
it. Love the energy. It was such a great vibe. So but while we're wrapping up on this interview, so sorry. Just kind of, talk. So obviously the purpose of the show is definitely supporting independent artists. So what encouragement can you give to other independent artists who is really trying to find themselves and really trying to dig in and really work this thing, called the industry?
Man, just be yourself. Don't be scared to, like, do crazy things and, like, try crazy things. Like, who cares what everybody says, dude? There's always something special there. It's just about fine-tuning it. And it's like, this is the most cliche thing anybody could say, but it's like a diamond doesn't start off as a diamond. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of pressure that coal has to go through before it gets to that beautiful state it's in. And it's like, don't be afraid when shit gets tough. Just stick it out, bro. Stick it out and don't give up, because any day could be that day. Really. Truthfully. Any day. Any moment, any song, anything you're doing. And stay ready, yo. Because that phone call or that need could be in any moment. And if you feel it and you ready, it's yours. So, yeah, man, just stay your course. But if you're going to copy somebody, back to that, if you're going to copy somebody, at least do it unique. Yeah, I mean, be unique with it. And
Don't just straight plagiarize and.
yeah, no, done that, because that shit's corny, and there's like 1,000 of that. And there's always going to be 1,000 of that, because anything that sells and becomes hot, everybody wants to duplicate that.
Everybody, yeah.
Oh, it's going to sell.
But there comes the lawsuits after that.
That too.
Cases,
Yeah, but
all sorts of stuff.
you know how many people sound like Drake? There's only one Drake. But you know how much sounds like Drake now? Like,
People try to sound like Drake, yeah.
Attempt.
And you know what? I'm not even mad at it, because isn't that why we do this? Like, he's already set his whole thing up in such a way where it's like, he's good. So why is he care if anyone, like that's the point of getting to that point, inspire, and then make it your own. You know how many things we've all copied from back in the day? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Especially like songs that get like sampled over and over again.
Of course.
it's just like fashion. All that shit comes back around.
That is a fact, yes.
That's how music is. So it's just like taking something that's beautiful and great and its own thing and make it your own. And if you could do that, I mean, you can't hate, man. Like, it's. By the way, those flowers in the back are really nice.
Thank you.
I've been wanting to say this the whole damn time, and I was like, I'm gonna squeeze it in real quick.
Thanks.
Well, first off, thank you so much for joining in this live, giving all of your gems and your story. And I love the fact that, you really honed in into the fact that, you say, hey, I'm not afraid to take chances. I'm not afraid to take risks to sample or to put my hand in each, different genres of music, and definitely being at this point now, really trying to bring myself out as my, as my artist, as, in my creativity and what I want to do and give to my fans. So I think that's amazing. So thank you and kudos to you. I think you have amazing work, regardless whether or not they were on features or it's your own body of catalog of work. So keep going.
Put yourself first.
Say what?
Put yourself first.
Oh, I've been doing that. I think I need to stop.
Because you got it. You're definitely hands down. If you can definitely get on, the Billboard, and we will see you get a Grammy. We'll see you get all the accolades that you definitely deserve. So I definitely, you have it. Keep at it.
Accept all them positive vibes. I'm gonna sleep with that on a pillow of joy and say.
And we can't wait till our album come out.
Yes.
The album
and a tour.
and a tour.
And when it happens, I'll give you a heads up and we'll do this again.
Yes, of course.
Please
we
do.
Appreciate it, Decky. Thank you so much. And I want you to enjoy your rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye. And I always have to like. When we started, I wasn't even this close. Like I don't know, but anyway, love his energy. Love the vibe.
Yeah, energy vibes amazing. I love it. It was just so great, and I love the realness in regards to what he's definitely saying, because
especially being just in the industry,
right? Just being in the industry, the good, the bad, the ugly, it just, and really understanding, like, hey, as much as I want to put my hand in it and have this say, it gets real, because a lot of times labels do not let you have the say. You just gotta kind of go with the flow and sit there with your hands folded and
just say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. That's it.
Right. Exactly. But I love the fact that, he definitely gave that difference in being independent, and then also, being signed as an artist and being, in production and things of that nature. And also, like I said, the one thing that definitely enjoys him really standing on the fact that who he wants to be as an artist, and, really wanted to bring Elijah King to the front. And I think that's amazing. So, and every artist should know that, and every artist should know themselves and who they are and what they want to bring to the table. So
absolutely.
All right, so guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight for another episode. Please, 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 come back with. Actually, no. Do we have a? No, we don't. We don't have an episode next Thursday. Actually, so we'll be back on September 8th. All right. And
technically, for Music Mondays.
Yes. So we'll be coming back. No, we're coming back on the 12th for Music Monday. The 8th, Thursday the 8th, we have singer Shanice coming through. All right, she's coming through with the Genius crew, of course. So guys, stay tuned in. If you're not following us, please make sure that you're following us right here every Thursday night. And guys, check out our YouTube. So we definitely got our YouTube channel up. Definitely, please, please, please. We got some amazing interviews that's coming. We got some interviews that we already did in the past that's up there. Definitely. Hey, look at Swerve.
Hey.
Stopping in. So guys, definitely check it out. We actually did an interview with the Kid Capri Block Party Live. So guys, the video is up and going, so please check it out. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, you know I am your host, Aasha Lewis Redway, and my beautiful co-host,
Danielle Meeks.
All right, so you already know what it is, right? Real music, real style, and real people. All right, and
got it right this week.
Don't get no realer than this, and we got the line right.
Yes.
So guys, until next time, peace.
Peace.